Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope a Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson, and I'm kind of in the older style, old town, old school of Stockholm. I'm going to kind of do a fall-winter preview. You know, we've had a little summer break from boxing, and you know, usually from like mid-January all the way till June, it's pretty hot for boxing. Obviously, June kind of fell apart. And the midsummer big fight with Juan Manuel Marquez and Floyd got canceled. So it's kind of been in a little hiatus for boxing. But we're going to be back in the fall. And I think, even though there's a big fight this weekend, I think it all starts with the Juan Diaz-Malignaggi card. That should be a pretty good card. It's a deep card. It's a triple header on HBO. Isha Smith going up against, this should be a really good fight, Daniel Jacobs. That should be a really big test for him. And also on that card, Robert Guerrero for Malcolm Clausen. And speaking of Clausen, I can't find video anywhere of him. So if someone wants to send me a video or tell me more about the guy, I know his record. I've seen him fight like once before, but I can't find video. So I wanna do a preview of that fight, but I don't want to make an ignorant statement either. So it really starts August 22nd. Then September comes. I believe David Haye is fighting in September. Not quite sure if that was September or November. He's fighting Nikolai the Giant. That's what I call him anyway. That'll be my next preview video. I know September 12th has a lot of has an HBO date. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be on that. Or at least they've been talking about it. And so there might be a fight there. Also, we all know Juan Manuel Marquez versus Floyd Mayweather. That'll be on September 19th, and I believe the 26th. September, Paul Williams and Pavlik are in negotiations right now to fight on that date. So I know HBO has some dates kind of figured out before and after that fight. Also, Paul Williams might fight on the undercard of, or maybe he may be a co-main event with Areola in October 3rd. Then you get into October, you get into the Showtime, you get into the World Boxing Classic, the six-man tournament. That's coming very soon. First fight on that is Carl Froch against Andre Durrell. And that night, Jermaine Taylor and Arthur Abraham are going to fight too. So that should be a really good card. I don't know really what else is in October. I know ESPN's closing August with some good fights. I know Randall Bailey's in a good fight. I know Angulo's kind of in a build them back up fight. So ESPN 2 is going to close well. In November though, that's when the big fights come. Obviously, you know, Pacquiao-Cotto is going to be a huge fight. And I think the week before that is the rematch with Glenn Johnson and Chad Dawson. Part 2 of that. So that should be a great fight. And that leads to Bernard Hopkins. I already talked about the Pacquiao-Cotto, and then after that, Butte against Andrade, the part 2, Andrade, I think that's how you say his name. That should be a great fight too. And one of those guys, you know, if anything happens in the tournament, one of those guys might jump in the tournament if there's injury or someone gets KO'd and they don't want to have their boxer going. So, you know, just kind of talking about several fights on the docket. European fans out there, please, and Hispanic fans, basically everybody all over the world, tell me about some fights I'm missing. I know Caldron and I can't remember his name now, Royale or whatever. That's gonna be a rematch fight. That should be a good fight. So there's a lot of, basically 2009 had a really solid start, kind of fell off, you know, with all those cancellations in June. And July and August are usually dead months anyway. But the fall and winter really look like they're going to go out in a bang, and we're only, you know, we're not even in August yet. So you know that there's going to be a lot of fights signed, you know, for September, October, November, December. So let me know what, you know, fight you're looking forward to. Obviously the Pacquiao-Cotto everyone's going to say, but you know, maybe a fight that I don't know about or that you've heard negotiations are going on. You know, fights in Indonesia, Japan, everywhere, anywhere, Puerto Rico, Mexico, anybody. Why don't you let me know? Anyway, this is the fall preview, winter preview of boxing. 2009 is going to go out with a bang. This has been the Rope a Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.